Okay, this is Sister Bev coming on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and I'm going to make this strawberry bread with a strawberry glaze on top finally. So, for those of you who can come on and join me, great. If you're not able to join me, you can certainly watch the video later. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the ingredients. And I got this recipe from Ambitious Kitchen. It's a vegetarian recipe, but you know me, I'm going to turn it into a vegan recipe. So all I had to do was change a couple of ingredients to make it vegan. Like it calls for 3 eggs, and I went ahead and made 3 chickpea flour eggs. I went ahead and did that. So I've got my eggs right here. These are chickpea eggs, and a chickpea egg is 3 tablespoons of chickpea flour with 3 tablespoons of water. And you stir it and mix it till it's settled, and that is a chickpea egg. So I have 3 of those right here. Not sure how it's going to turn out, but I don't have eggs, and I haven't had eggs for forever. So those are my 3 eggs. And then a third a cup of pure maple syrup. Right here. I have that right here. Third cup of pure maple syrup. And then my next ingredient is 5.3 ounces of Ziggy strawberry or vanilla yogurt. Well, I couldn't find what I was looking for. So at Aldi, they had plain yogurt, dairy-free, with probiotics. And it's made from coconut milk. So that's another thing I had to change to make it vegan as opposed to vegetarian, because a Ziggy strawberry or vanilla yogurt, it still has animal something in it. So I found this plain yogurt, coconut, made with coconut milk, non-GMO, gluten-free, and vegan, earth-grown at Aldi's. I had to get 2 of these little ones to come up with 5.3 ounces. So I've got that right here in this little bowl. And then the next ingredient, wet ingredient, is a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract. And I have here my vanilla and my almond, my teaspoon and my 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then 1 tablespoon melted or cooled coconut oil. All right, so I have here, this is cooled yet melted room temperature coconut oil, and so it's in its liquid form. So I've got that, and I had my tablespoon. What happened to my tablespoon, Melvin? Oh, I see it. Okay, so I'm going to need a tablespoon of the coconut oil. Okay, so those are all my wet ingredients. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put all my wet ingredients in this bowl, and I'm going to mix them up with a wooden spatula that I just had. Well, I got 2 spatulas here. I got a rubber one and a wooden one. So I'm going to go ahead and put all, so I'm putting in my coconut based yogurt, vegan yogurt, my 1/3 cup of maple syrup, and my 3 chickpea eggs. Put that in there. Add all of that in there. And then I need a tablespoon of this melted or room temperature coconut oil. I'll go ahead and add that. And then I need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I'm reading the ingredients right off my phone here. Teaspoon of vanilla extract and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and mix those around until they're blended real nice together. Boy, that vanilla and almond, they smell wonderful. I think I need a wire whisk just to break up that yogurt just a little bit. So I'm going to in order for it to be smoother. Okay, and I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees, which is what you need to preheat your oven to, 350 degrees. And the other thing that it told me to do was to take my loaf pan, because it's going to be a loaf, put parchment paper in the bottom portion. I'm going to go ahead and just tear off a piece, the edge of my countertop here. Put that in the bottom portion, and then I need to spray the pan. Even though this is a non-stick pan, I'm going to still go ahead and do what they told me to do. So I've got my piece of parchment in the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and spray the pan. So once I mix this up, I'm ready to go into the oven. All right, so let me get back to my screen here. Okay, so, all right, now to that, I'm going to add all of the dry ingredients. And the dry ingredients are, move all this out of the way. I may have to rinse off this, these two measuring spoons. Okay, so the dry ingredients are 1.5 cups of packed fine blanched almond flour. And that's what I have right here, almond flour, 1.5 cups of almond flour. And then I have 1 cup of oat flour right here. A teaspoon of baking soda. I've got that right here, and I've got my teaspoon right here. I just need to clean my teaspoon off because it has a little moisture on it. I'm just going to use a clean towel here. Okay, and wipe out that vanilla. So I'm going to need a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. All right, so we're going to go ahead and mix those in as well. So I'm adding my almond flour, my oat flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to get my baking soda, put it in there, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And everybody who knows when I cook, I use my my sugar bowl for my salt bowl. I call it my salt bowl. And I got 1/4 of a teaspoon here of pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to mix that. Well, now I need to use this spatula because this is really thick, and rightfully so. Tap all of that out of there. Okay, there, I think I got it all out. Put that over there, and we're going to just mix it, and it's pretty thick and firm, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know, something in me wants to add a little bit more maple syrup. I'm just thinking 1/3 cup of maple syrup, not going to be sweet enough for me. So I'm just going to pour just a little bit more of that in here. Call it 1, maybe 2 more tablespoons of maple syrup. Okay, we're going to stir that around. Now to this, I'm supposed to fold in and make sure the salt and the baking soda and all that's mixed in there well. So you can see the consistency. It's pretty much like a bread mixture. This is strawberry bread, if you will. And it says now that I'm supposed to add Large bowl, I mixed the eggs and syrup and all that together, and then the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. Mix everything together with a wooden spoon until combined. Then mix the diced strawberries with 1 tablespoon of oat flour. Now, I don't know that I have any more oat flour, but I do have still a little bit of almond flour, so that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to mix the strawberries. I'm going to mix the diced strawberries with a tablespoon of this almond flour, because I had 1 cup exactly of oat flour. So I was thankful that I had it. All right, so 1 tablespoon. I'm going to do almond flour. This is a 1/2 tablespoon. Then I'm going to add another 1/2 tablespoon. Okay. So I'm going to fold that in to stir this up, fold it in, put it in the pan, and let it bake for 45 minutes. Now, y'all know I ain't going to keep you on here no 45 minutes. I'm going to have to come back on after this comes out of the oven. But let me go ahead and stir the strawberries up. And these are the diced strawberries. I used my chopper. And it took about maybe 6 nice-sized strawberries for me to come up with 1.5 cups of diced strawberries. So I'm coating them in this almond flour. It told me to coat it in the oat flour, but I don't have any more oat flour. So I'm figuring the almond flour will be fine. So I've coated them with the almond flour. Now I'm going to fold it into the mixture here. I'll move all these out of the way. Move this back here before I knock it over. All right, and so I'm just going to fold all that in there together like that. Like so, like that. It smells strawberry-y. Smells like strawberry. Okay, so now I'm going to put the mixture into this pan right here that has the parchment at the bottom, and I have sprayed the pan as well. Okay, and so now I'm going to put the mixture into the pan here. I'm going to pop it in the oven, and then we're going to work on the glaze that's going to go on top of the bread. And then I'm going to have to come back on later and let y'all see what this bread looks like before we put that glaze on. Okay. And just want to share with you, we had a wonderful dinner tonight. We had several vegan vegetables from scratch. Ron Woodard absolutely loved all of them. And I'll share that with you in just a moment here, but I want to get this in the oven baking as soon as I can. Tomorrow, of course, you all know it's Dr. Woodard's birthday. He turns 61 tomorrow. So I've got to do some special things. It's going to be hard because I have the kids. I'm on. We had a little celebration on Monday. So I'm going to post a video of all the grandbabies just enjoying their grandpapa on Monday, celebrating his birthday with him. Because that's when Mommy and Daddy were off. So that's when they did it. Because Mommy and Daddy have to work tomorrow, which means Grandma has to work tomorrow. And Grandpa has to work tomorrow too. So we all got to do what we got to do tomorrow, even though it's his birthday. But we're going to celebrate. We may not do it all on Friday, but we will celebrate. I am fine, LaRuth. How are you, love? I am great. I'm making this strawberry bread. And I'm getting ready to pop it in the oven here. And it's supposed to cook for 45 minutes. Okay. All right. So, I've got all the ingredients in there. This right here, this lemon juice and this confection sugar. And I didn't have any strawberry jam, but I do have this wonderful um, four fruits preserves that I'm going to use instead because I don't have the jam to make the glaze that's supposed to go on top of this strawberry bread. But LaRuth, it's so good to see you on, and all the others that are on. There are 3 other people that are on. I just don't know who they are. But I know who you are, LaRuth, and I see you. Okay, so to make the strawberry glaze, in a small bowl, mix together the powdered sugar, strawberry jam, and lemon juice. Okay, so the ingredients for the strawberry glaze is a 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, a tablespoon of strawberry jam, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I already have fresh squeezed lemon juice right here. I've got my glaze right here, and I've got my well, it's not strawberry jam, but it's okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my son and sending me this crazy text. Alex, did you get that text?
Yeah, Jackson called Alex.
Oh no.
FaceTime him. Him and Larry FaceTime Alex while Jasmine was asleep. They took Jasmine's phone.
Oh, Jasmine need to wake up. Okay. No, she woke now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so family chat. Sorry about that, y'all. Strawberry bread. Yes, it sounds exciting. This is the first time I've made it. It looked delicious, and I wanted to try it. I've been wanting to try it for a long time now, and so I'm going to do it tonight. I need a bowl. I need a small bowl. Let's see here. I wanted a clear one. I like using the clear bowls because you can see what's going on inside of them. So I'm going to rinse this one out. I had my oat flour in this one. I'm going to just rinse it out and dry it off real quick. All right, and then I'm going to get a 1/3 cup of this confection sugar. Typically, I use organic confection sugar, but I don't have it with me this evening, so I'm going to use this. It's still vegan. It's nothing more than, I mean, I think we all know what confection sugar is. It's sugar mixed with cornstarch. So I'm going to, so it's still vegan. It's just sugar. All right, there's my 1/3 cup of confection sugar. I'm going to put this over here. All right, and then I need a tablespoon of, they said strawberry jelly, but I'm going to use this 4 fruits preserves, I think I want to use. It is vegan, and I'm loving that. Okay, rinse off my tablespoon. Get the coconut oil off of it. And I'm going to get a tablespoon of this jelly. This delicious jelly. And a tablespoon of this lemon juice. Now that should be enough. I'm going to stir it. If I need to add more lemon juice, it said that I could add more lemon juice. But this is a beautiful looking glaze. It's a deep red color, and I think that's because it's got all these different berries in it. But here's the glaze. I really don't think I need to add any more lemon juice, but if I do, I have it here. And so now I have my glaze, and I don't know, does that look like enough glaze for a loaf? Hi Rhonda, good evening. Yes, he will be 61 tomorrow. Yes, and I will tell him that you said happy birthday. But y'all, this is about 2 or 3 tablespoons of glaze. Y'all think that's gonna be enough for that strawberry bread? I don't. I think I'm gonna double the recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and add another 1/3 cup of confection sugar. You never can have enough glaze. Another 1/3 cup of that. Another tablespoon of this wonderful preserves. And then another tablespoon of lemon juice. Now, I think this will be enough. That wasn't going to be enough. That first batch. No, we needed some more. Now, I'm going to do the pinky taste. Yes! Oh my goodness. This is going to be wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so I've got at least 37 more minutes before this bread is done. So I truly don't think I should hold you on here all that time. But I did want to tell you real quick what we had for our vegan dinner tonight. I have already put all of the stuff away. But that's okay. I can still kind of show it to you. So I made some greens, and you can see in here in the container what's left of the greens. They had the red and yellow peppers with the onion. These are collards and kale greens. Absolutely delicious. And you all know what I tell you. I take the stems from my greens, the stems that we don't want to cook, and I take those and I make my stock. I make a green stock, and then I cook the greens in the stem stock that I make. So these, absolutely delicious and absolutely vegan. What you say, LaRuth? How big is the bread? It's a loaf. It's a loaf. Yes, and the purple color is because let me see. This particular preserve have strawberries, cherries, red currants, and raspberry. Now, all of these berries are red, but they're deep reds. And so that gives the glaze a deeper red color. Dr. Wood and I are really into the berries these days because they are so good for your heart. So I hit a home run, Sister Beverly, with the taste. Yeah, I did, girl. I hit a home run. It tastes, that glaze is thebomb.com. Hi, Peggy. How are you, dear? Let's see, Rhonda Hill. Good evening. Okay. I said good evening to Rhonda Hill. And Everly. Good evening. I would tell Dr. Woodard you said happy birthday to him as well. So for dinner we had, and this is what we had yesterday as well. So we had the collard greens and the kale greens. We had three bean. I guess you want to call it chili, but it's three beans. It's pinto beans, uh, black beans, and great northern beans. And I put a little bit of carrot and celery and onion in there. Sweat those and made them translucent, and I added those to the beans. Absolutely delicious. I made a big old pan of vegan cornbread, and I also had some fresh green beans that I made, fresh green beans, and I added red skin potatoes and Idaho potatoes. These absolutely wonderful. They're still warm because I just took them off the stove. So I had that. And we also had some corn. We had some basil buttered corn, basil buttered garlic corn. So those are the four things we had for dinner with a pan of vegan cornbread. I made some quinoa because I want to do an alkalinizing salad. And I think I'm going to make it tomorrow. So in this alkalinizing salad, I'm going to have my power greens, going to have some quinoa, going to throw some walnuts in there, some diced tomatoes, and then I'm going to add some lime juice with either olive oil or safflower oil and some seasonings. And I got to show you guys these beautiful vine ripened tomatoes. I just been pulling one off every day eating it. They are so delicious. I got them at Costco. I got 5 pounds for like $4 something at Costco. And I was like, oh yeah, because I love tomatoes. I mean, I just like to slice them up and put a little pepper on them and eat them. Any kind of season or a little basil on them and eat them. And I'm sure you all know, you've seen me eating that this bread right here, this gyro pre-oiled vegan bread. I want you to see. I want you to get a clear picture of it so you go to the store to get it. Okay, so it's vegan, non-trans fat. You can see it up there, vegan, non-trans fat. Contos, gyro bread, pre-oiled, hand-stretched for fluffiness. You get 10 loaves in a pack. I think it's about $4 for 10 loaves in a pack. And I've been making these tomato pesto hummus sandwiches out of it. Just delicious. Can't get enough of it. Cannot get enough of it. So I did that little video. I did a little video on making those, and just delicious. And especially when you use vine ripened tomatoes. Aren't these gorgeous? And they taste delicious. So I'm gonna put them right back over here. And by the way, I know many times and I think, it's just the way we were raised. We refrigerate a lot of our fruits and vegetables. But you should store your fruits and vegetables like you see them stored at the store. Okay? So if they're not in a refrigerated container at the store, then at home they shouldn't go in the refrigerated container. Tomatoes last much longer outside of the refrigerator, and even longer if you keep them with the stems on them. And if the stems come off or they don't have stems, then you need to store them upside down, lay them in the bowl or on the plate upside down where the stem was, and they last much longer. But as soon as you put them in the refrigerator, they begin to deteriorate. Okay. But I know some people like their salads to be cold and all that kind of stuff. I'm okay with it not being cold because my teeth are very sensitive anyway. So yes, ma'am, that's correct. Nuts should be stored in the fridge though. Okay, now see that's news to me, LaRuth. So nuts should be stored in the fridge? Okay. Well, that's good for me to know because I keep my nuts right up here. I keep them up in the cabinet. So I know now that I should keep those in the refrigerator. Thank you. And dinner was yummy, Elvira. It was all vegan. I like it when we have that smorgasbord of just vegetables. So we had greens, we had green beans, we had corn, and then we had those beans that I let cook for a long time, and they were just delicious. I let all of this cook stuff simmer for a long time. Um, and it was even more delicious today. And that vegan cornbread that went with all of that. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. And I've got one little piece of vegan cornbread left that I was nibbling on. The last piece. Absolutely delicious. Elvira, what did you say? Always store nuts in the refrigerator. Stay fresh for what? A whole year? Well, I don't know that nuts will last that long up in here. Yes, ma'am, because they can turn rancid because of their sensitive oil makeup. Wow. Thank y'all for telling me that. I keep my nuts in the refrigerator. Y'all gonna make me go get all my nuts. I'm trying to figure out what I did with my walnuts. Where are the walnuts? Oh, here they are. So I've got my walnuts. All my nuts go in the refrigerator. Hi, Leslie. Hey, baby. How you doing? Listen. Hold your mule, y'all. I'm trying to see if I got any more nuts sitting up in here. Okay, I do. I have some almonds. They go in the refrigerator. My almonds. Now, I have these pepitas, but pepitas aren't nuts. These are seeds. These pepitas are not nuts. They're seeds, but they're wonderful, loaded with vitamin K, loaded with protein, which is why I throw them on my salad all the time. So, I don't have to put the pepitas in there, do I? Yes. Nuts taste better when they're roasted. But some recipes call for raw nuts. So I try not, now that I've gone vegan, I don't necessarily roast them all of them, because some recipes, vegan recipes, call for raw nuts, especially when you're going to emulsify them in your food processor. They still should be stored in the fridge, all nuts and seeds. Okay. Thank you. So they going in there too. And I had some. There they are. I knew I had some sunflower seeds. So they all should go in the refrigerator, right? All nuts and seeds. So y'all helping me. Y'all helping me. All right. So I got me a Ziploc bag. I'm going to put my sunflower seeds in there. And my pepitas, which are my pumpkin seeds. My almonds. And my walnuts. They're all in there. They're all in there, and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. And that's what they shall be from now on. Thank y'all. Always roast my pecans. Okay, so you roast. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, LaRuth and Peggy, and somebody else was telling me about the store. And Elvira, thank y'all for that that bit of information. Hey, big sis. Let's see. I knew. Okay. Okay. So, hey, big sis. How you doing, big sis? I ain't seen you on in a while. You probably just been busy. But I love you. That's my sister that lives in Texas, Ava Perkins. It's my oldest sister who lives in Texas. So, like I said, y'all, I got about 24 minutes before this bread is done. Oh, you just got off from work? Okay, I get it. I get it, big sis. I got 24 minutes left on this bread, and then it has to cool for 10 minutes, and then we got to put the glaze on. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get off of here. I'm not going to keep y'all for 24 minutes waiting on this bread to come out. I was tempted to make that salad, but I don't think I'm going to make it this evening. I'm going to make it tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to make it for Dr. Woodard's lunch. I think he'll enjoy that. Although he is like really spoiled by that maple mustard dressing. He don't want that. He don't want no other dressing now. He just wants the maple mustard dressing. But that explains a lot of my nut was stale. Yes. And you threw them away. Yes. Well, that's what I would do when they got stale, Leslie, throw them away. But now I know I need to keep them in the fridge. And Elvira was saying that they'll last up until a year, girl, in the refrigerator. I don't think nuts are going to last that long in my house, but they'll last longer than what they've been lasting by me putting them in the fridge. So thank you all for that bit of information. So I love all y'all. I'm going to try to come back on in about 40 minutes and show you. Well, I'm going to call it a half an hour. Come back on about a half an hour, which is going to be pretty much close to 9:45, and see if let you see the bread and let you see me put the glaze on, and then we all go into bed because the natural hours of healing for our bodies is between 11 p.m. and 2:00 a.m. So we need to be in bed by 10:30 and start listening to that soft music on Alexa. And you know what? That came on the news tonight. How to get to how to make yourself go to sleep and sleep well at night. And they say about 30 minutes before you go to sleep, turn on some relaxing music. And I love to listen to Fernando Ortega, sacred music. And his voice is so soothing. And I mean, he's singing all the hymns that I already know. And I usually tell Alexa to play that. And I'll listen to it for about 30 minutes and I'll tell her to stop. And then I'm off to sleep long before 11. So I order your nuts from this same woman every year. Oh, wow. So you order your nuts. Go ahead on, girl. You going right now? Okay, big sis. You've been spoiling that man for over the girl. Girl, you know I have. You know he'll be 61 tomorrow, Bridget. Bridget and Ava are the same people. For all the others on here. My oldest sister, her name is Ava Bridget. But we all call her Bridget because, that makes us all B's. Me and my sisters, all names begin with the letter B. And you read your Bible. Yes. Yep. That'll do it too. Nothing like it. I feel you. My smoothie is rainfall and Oh, you're okay. Rainfall and thunder, lightning. So that's the name of the music you listen to, Leslie? Wow. You got to try Hernando Ortega. If you have Amazon Music, I keep saying Hernando. It's Fernando Ortega. And he's just, I mean, his voice is just so soothing. Trust, I'm always listening to soft music and in the bed by 10. Girl, well, let me let you go, Peggy. Let me go let you get ready to go to bed. So when I come back on it, you can go to sleep right after you see that uh, strawberry bread. Amen. Amen. So I love y'all, and I'll see you back in a little bit, okay? I'm going to go ahead and clean up this kitchen. So all I have to do is glaze that bread and then get ready to go to bed, okay? All right, I'll see y'all back in a little bit.